Hello, I'm Lucy Rowland, and I had section 1.2, problem number 6, which is dy dx equals x times the square root of x squared plus 9. So the first thing I did was I took the integral of each side, so the integral of dy dx equals the integral of x times x squared plus 9. So the integral of dy dx just is y of x. Now the trickier part is the right side. This integral is a little trickier to solve. You can't really use the power rule. So you have the integral of x times x squared plus 9. And what I did was I chose the square root of x squared plus 9 to be my u. So I'm making a u sub. So you have u equals the square root of x squared plus 9. And to get rid of the square root, to make it an easier derivative to find, I just squared each side. So u squared equals x squared plus 9. Now you take the derivative of each side, so you have 2u du equals 2x dx. And that is, this simplifies again to u du equals x dx, just because the 2's cancel out. So now the x dx fits in right up here because there's an x right here, and then that's my u, and so you should have x dx on that side. So now you have a whole new integral, which is a lot easier looking to solve. So you have y of x equals the integral of square root of u squared times u du. Because remember, u du equals x dx because of the u sub. So now we have to keep going. So y of x equals the integral of square root of u squared times u du. And this simplifies even more because the square root of u squared is u, so it's the integral of u. Then you have another u, so you have u times u du, just the integral of u squared du. And this is a lot nicer of an integral to solve. And remember that y of x just keeps coming down on the left. So the integral of u squared, remember this integral, you can just increase the power by 1 and divide by the new power. So it's u cubed over 3. And then you have plus c, because c is an arbitrary constant that you need since it's an indefinite integral. So you have y of x equals u cubed over 3 plus c. And now, since you had to do a u sub, you have to put your u back in. So remember, we had u equals the square root of x squared plus 9. So we have to plug that back in. So now you have y of x equals 1/3. I just pulled the 1/3 out. So 1/3 times square root of x squared plus 9 all cubed plus c. And that is the general solution. So you have the general solution. Now the next step for this problem is to find the particular solution. So now we're finding the particular solution. And they gave us a point, or the initial condition, which is -4, 0. So you plug in these numbers. So you have y of -4 equals 1/3 times. Now you have -4 squared plus 9 to the 3/2. So this is just me kind of simplifying and plugging in the numbers, and I got the 3/2 because originally you have 1/3 times, what is it, x squared plus 9, and that's cubed, and this just is equal to x squared plus 9 to the 1. This, since it's a square root, it's to the 1/2, and then you just cube. Since it's u cubed, you have to cube it, so it's u cubed, and then you times the exponents, and that just gives you x squared plus 9 to the 3/2. So that's how I got it all simplified up there. All right, so moving, just now you just have to like calculate the numbers. So it equals 1/3 times 16 plus 9 is 25, so 25 to the 3/2. So this simplifies. I'll show you how I did it. Just 25 to the 1/2 cubed, and remember 1/2 is square root, so it's just 1/3 times 5 cubed, because the square root of 25 is 5, so this just goes to 125 over 3. All right, so that's, and then you still have plus c. Don't forget the plus c. All right, next page. So you just plugged in your number, and you got 125 over 3. And now you still need to solve for c. So right now you have 0 equals 125 over 3 plus c. So you have to solve for c. So you just subtract 125 thirds. So c equals -125 thirds. Now since you have c, you can plug that back in to that general equation. So I remember our first equation was y of x. The first thing we found was the general solution. We had y of x equals 1/3 times x squared plus 9 to the 3/2 plus c. And then we found that point, which is 100. We found that initial condition where at c it's equal to -125 over 3. So now we just have to plug in c. So now our final answer is 1/3 times x squared plus 9 times to the 3/2 minus 125 over 3. So this whole thing is your answer. And that's it.